As soon as they broke the mirror, hot steam immediately came out from the heads of their husbands.
Before I continue, please like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.
Ololade met Gregory in the United States of America when she traveled for her master's degree program. It was love at first sight, and immediately they started dating. Not long after, Gregory asked her to marry him, and she gladly agreed. So they traveled down to Nigeria to begin the preparations for their marriage. Gregory was the last son of late Mr. Akingbade and his wife. When she got to Nigeria, in the Akingbades family, she met a lot of strange things. The first thing she noticed was the fact that all Gregory's brothers were so young and handsome looking. But when she met their wives looked 10 years older than all their husbands. When she confronted Gregory and asked him why it was so, Gregory simply laughed and said, the Akingbade boys are blessed with baby face. We are blessed with youthful skin, which we took from our father. His nickname was Akingbade Evergreen. That was what Gregory told her, and none of the wives had given birth to any child. Another strange thing happened on the day of the wedding, and that was that Gregory's mother held his hand all throughout the wedding. Even when they were walking down the aisle to meet the pastor, she held on tightly to her son's hand and followed them and stood in front of the pastor and said all the vows. She remained there when they were saying all the vows and did not move. After the ceremony, Ololade had to ask her mother-in-law, "Mama, why are you holding Gregory's hand? Are you afraid that I will steal him away from you?" And her answer shocked Ololade. She told her, "You see, my daughter, me following you people to the aisle is symbolic. It shows that you did not only marry Gregory, you married Gregory and I. So in this marriage, I will be with you people every step of the way. Don't worry, it is for me to guide and protect you with my wisdom," she concluded when she saw that Ololade was scared. Ololade didn't think much. She felt it was just a caring mother because their father had passed on a very long time ago, and the mother was the one that brought them up. So she simply felt, oh, Mama is just showing love. Mama is just being protective of her sons. After the wedding, they were supposed to go to a hotel for their honeymoon. But Gregory told her that he had cancelled the hotel reservations because his mother had told them to come over to the house instead to have their honeymoon because she wanted to care for them and pamper them like the new couple that they are. Ololade was too tired to argue. She just went straight to the house and went to bed. She and Gregory slept on the same bed that night. But something happened in the middle of the night. She heard strange noises and she woke up. She found out that Gregory was not on the bed with her, and she saw her mother-in-law sneaking out of the room quickly. "What's happening here? Mama, what happened? What are you doing here?" she asked her mother-in-law. And her mother-in-law simply told her that she came to check if the AC in the room was working. Ololade felt there was no cause for alarm and she went back to bed. The next morning she woke up. There was a mirror in her room, and quite strangely, when she took her bath and stood in front of the mirror looking at herself, instead of seeing her own reflection, she saw the reflection of an old woman. She quickly ran away from the front of the mirror and went to tell Gregory. She asked him what that mirror was and why she was seeing a strange image instead of her own face in the mirror. Gregory laughed and told her that she must be tired from the stress of the previous day, that there was no such thing as a strange mirror in their house. When she went back, they had taken away the mirror from the room and had replaced it with a normal mirror. So Ololade felt Gregory was right that she was tired and she forgot about the whole issue. And Gregory's family was even too rich and educated for her to even suspect that anything spiritual or anything weird was going on. So, a year after their wedding, during their anniversary, Gregory's mom invited them over to her house to come and celebrate the anniversary in their house. And as usual, Lolade didn't suspect anything. She went. The same thing happened the second year, on their second wedding anniversary. Gregory's mom still invited them over to the house to come and celebrate the wedding anniversary. They had a party in the house and everything went smoothly. But again, that night, she slept on the same bed with her husband. And then she started hearing strange noise in the middle of the night. When she woke up, her husband was no longer on the bed with her, and she saw Gregory's mom in her room. "Mama, what are you doing in my room again?" she asked. "And where is Gregory?" "Oh, I sent Gregory to go put on the generator since the light went off. And I came to help you check if the AC is working perfectly well." The same excuse that she gave her the first time. This time around, Lolade became suspicious. I mean, they have several domestic staff. There's a gate man, there's a gardener, there are several cooks, there are several cleaners in the house. How come Gregory is the one that has to go check the generator in the middle of the night? No, something was fishy, and Lolade decided she would get to the root of it. When Gregory came back to the bed, she told him she didn't believe that he went to check the generator. And he said, "Haba, have you forgotten I studied electrical engineering? Mama just wanted to make sure that the generator is in good working condition. You know, this other guy is a cleaner and the gardener. You know they are not really professionals. I'm the only one that can check it and know what exactly is wrong with the gen." That was the response that Gregory gave her. But this time around, she decided that she was going to do something about it. So the next day, she went over to her mom's house and told her mom everything that had been going on in the house. The mother listened carefully and then they came up with a plan. They planned that Lolade's younger sister, Adetutu, that looks so much like Lolade, with just a slight difference in the height, will go to the house and pretend she is the one sleeping on the bed, so that they could find out exactly what Gregory's mom comes to the room to do every night. So Adetutu followed Lolade to the house, but she hid in the car till it was night. And in the middle of the night, when everybody was asleep, Lolade quietly went and opened the door. And then Adetutu wore the same nightgown she was wearing and laid on the bed. And Lolade hid behind the wardrobe to see if Mama would come in. And like they expected, Mama tiptoed into the room by 3 a.m. in the middle of the night. She thought it was Lolade on the bed, and she kept on rubbing Lolade's stomach. She was holding a pot in her hand and kept on rubbing Lolade's stomach, chanting all sorts of incantation. She didn't know Lolade wasn't the one on the bed. Lolade that hid behind the wardrobe door was so shocked. So this is what Mama has been doing with all the other wives in this family. No wonder none of them had given birth. The next morning, Lolade took it upon herself to invite all the other wives, and she informed them what she had seen. It was then all the wives began to say their own experiences they had had with Gregory's mom. By the third year of their marriage, during their anniversary, Lolade pretended to be sick. She had planned with her mother, and instead of going over to Gregory's house this time around, she told her husband she wanted to go over to her mom's place so her mom could take good care of her. That year, Lolade did not go to her mother-in-law's place for their anniversary. 2 months into their third anniversary, Lolade became pregnant. She was so happy, and she decided to keep it a secret from Gregory. The because telling him also meant that his mother will hear. And since she wasn't sure of what her mother-in-law was capable of doing, she decided to protect her pregnancy. Suddenly, out of the blues, she told Gregory that she wanted to travel abroad. And because it was too short, there was no way Gregory could accompany her to travel. But another thing she did was taking Gregory's international passport along with her, so that no matter what he did, he would not be able to come over to the States to see her. That way, she will have enough time to stay away from the house, stay away from Gregory without him finding out that she was pregnant. And she succeeded. She carried her pregnancy all by herself in the States without Gregory finding out or even having the slightest clue that his wife was pregnant. Gregory searched and searched all over the house for his international passport. And when he couldn't find it, he just gave up the thought of going over to visit her. And they kept on communicating on phone all throughout her pregnancy period. And finally, Lolade gave birth to a bouncing baby boy. When the baby was a month old, Lolade came back with the baby to Nigeria. Gregory was shocked. He couldn't believe his eyes that he was finally a father. He was surprised, he was happy, and he was thankful to Lolade. Even though he did not understand why she had to hide the pregnancy, he was finally happy to be a father, and the first father in his family. When the other wives heard, they also came to visit Lolade, and they were so happy to see her baby. But then they all decided that it was time for them to take their matters seriously. And the first thing they agreed they were going to do was to smash that strange mirror in their mother-in-law's house. Because at that point, they were convinced that that mirror had an evil work it was doing for their mother-in-law. As soon as they broke the mirror, something strange happened. Hot steam immediately came out from the heads of their husbands. And these men felt free suddenly. But as soon as this happened, their mother collapsed and was rushed to the hospital. The doctors kept on conducting different tests on her, and they found nothing. All the tests came out clean, but Mama kept on getting weaker and weaker and weaker by the day. And a few months later, all the wives became pregnant. And they all decided to register in the same hospital so they could see themselves every time they come for antenatal care. Another amazing thing that happened was that over time, these women started getting younger and younger and younger. And before you knew it, they looked as young as their age and as young as their husbands. Each of them had a safe delivery, and all of Gregory's brothers became fathers, one after the other. But as for their mother, she never recovered, and she never came back to that house. And the family became free. After that, they began to have more and more and more children. Mama's charms were finally broken. But they later found out that that mirror Mama used in manipulating the wives and making them look older than their age, so that they will find it difficult to leave her sons because they felt they were ugly and unattractive and no other man would want to marry them. It was also through that mirror that she made it easy for them to always come to her house during their anniversary. She would always summon them through the mirror. But thankfully, Mama is fine.